Facebook.com/RegionSports, Facebook.com/CrownPointSports, RegionSports.com, and CrownPointSports.com. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School as Region Sports Network presents RSN's number 7 Crown Point Bulldogs taking on RSN's number 2 Valparaiso Vikings. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have tonight's play-by-play for the game, and joining me with the color, Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. Guys, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. It's a great night for
so far for the Dixon is 4.
Yeah, had over 40 drives in a week, and I think we're going to see the same thing here. Really be able to control the clock, keep their offense on the field. Then that defense is going to come out. That's been a strong defense all year. It's been shutting down teams through 5 weeks here now. So it's going to be a lot of ground and pound, some great defense, and it's going to be an exciting one between two big dogs here.
Valparaiso defense giving up just less than 15 points a game. So Crown Point's going to have their hands full. And on the Crown Point offensive side, led by J.J. Johnson and Elijah Taiwan, what do we know about them?
Well, again, their Coach Bazio has always been a very run-first offense. He's going to try to run the ball to set up the play action using your tight end, Seamus Molaskis, a 6'5", 205 sophomore. Like you mentioned, Valparaiso, a very senior-heavy team. Crown Point's a very young team. All their skilled guys are coming back, and they're excited about their receiver, number 11, Landon Delich, 6'3", 175 sophomore. So, as you can see, like I mentioned, they're trending in the right direction. They see where they have to be, and there's excitement in the community. And it'll be a very we might get out of here pretty early with the ball being pounded in the ground, and but it'll be a fun one with a lot of strategy going on.
Craig Buzia's first year at Crown Point, 216 wins in 29 years, coming over from Homewood Flossmoor, 11 years at Homewood. First year, probably not exactly what he expected in his first year, though. I mean, it's off to a slow start. They are 3-2. What do they have to do to get back on track?
Well, they've won 2 in a row, and I think it's hard to predict where kids will end up and where you're going to be in a conference as tough as the Dublin Athletic Conference. I think he'd be pretty happy with where he's at right now. He's realistic. He knows it's going to be a project, and it takes time to build a program, and there's not too many other guys that can do it in the area like Coach Bazia will. The kids are buying in. The community is excited. The stands are pretty full. You got people running around everywhere. So the people are going to back them, and they're going to support a winner. And they're young, and like I mentioned, they're trending in the right direction. And Coach will and get them where they want to be in time. But again, everyone's got to be patient, and it is a process, and he'll get them there.
And Ashenbaugh, I'll ask you the same thing. What is Craig Buzia going forward for this year? What do they need to work on?
Yeah, I mean, they're senior heavy on that offensive, and I think it's really just backing those seniors. Those seniors have been in this program for 4 years. They know it's a run-first offense, and we got to get physical. We got to have, some trenches that are strong, and right now that's what they got. And it's going to continue to keep pounding that rock, continue to rely on those seniors up front, and that's going to continue to keep having them and bring them that success throughout the season. And that's exactly what they're looking for over there is really pound the ball, be a physical team, play some stout defense, and put yourself in positions to come out on top here at the end of the games. But that's what we're probably going to see from Valpo.
Good crowd on hand here in Crown Point. The student section is filled up in some neon colors for this evening. And we'll be back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week.
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party.
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Region Sports Network. It's game night in the region between Valpo and Crown Point Bulldogs. And Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is, looking it up here, 73 degrees. So we got a nice night. 60% chance just popped up on my phone here of rain coming up shortly. Even later tonight, there's a chance of rain. So hopefully we'll be pretty good. And not get any.
We've been pretty fortunate so far this year with Friday nights. Haven't had that big lightning delay game yet, but we'll take this for the middle of September.
Kicking game, the wind's going to be out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour right now. How's that affect kicking game going forward big time?
Yeah, I think both these teams run the ball. We like to run that. So I think when it comes to that, they're going to ground and pound it, get them as close as possible as they can. If it comes to a field goal situation, I think they're going to be close enough to where that wind's really not going to have a big effect on them.
So we had the heat earlier this year, a couple of games. It was real hot, games in the 80s, 90s, and it's going to be nice to cool off here tonight. So that is your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Friday night forecast. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. We'll go with the Valpo offense starting off. They're led by quarterback Logan Lockhart. He's a senior. We're number 5 tonight, 6'2", 195. And they're led by their tailback, Hayden Vineyard. And we'll pause right now for the national anthem. Johan Scuttle and Happy Pride. Nicely done by the Crown Point marching band. Let's continue on with the Valpo offense. Mentioned Logan Lockhart, the quarterback. He's a senior. Hayden Vineyard, the halfback. He's a senior as well. We talked about him in this pregame. He's having a very nice season. Wide receivers are Adler Hazlitt and Ricky Hall Jr. And their offensive line is senior loaded. Right tackle is number 68, 255-pound senior Alexander Green. Right guard, 64, 230-pound senior Troy Witten. Center is number 72, Zach Barras, 340-pound senior. He's a big boy, guys.
That's a big boy right there in the middle.
Left guard, Grayson Schneck. He is 250-pound senior, a big boy on the other side. Left tackle, Michael Boone, number 74. He's 305 pounds. Tight end is Dylan Rodriguez, a senior in there as well. So you're gonna, if you're Valpo, you're gonna attack the middle with that big guy. Also to the left side, Michael Boone's a big guy too.
Yeah, I think it shows why they're so successful on the ground, right? I mean, looking at that offense, that average rate's got to be near 300 pounds, and big reason why they've been so successful on the ground here this year so far.
I average it out 200. Is defensive end, number 99, 6'2", 240 senior Zach Rusai. In the middle is the nose guard. Got a big guy too, number 52, 300-pound sophomore is Nico Pike. Defensive end, just a little guy, 5'9", 200. 32, Jeremy Brown. And outside linebacker, Cody Goodwin. Inside linebacker, number 45 is Alex Scribala. Middle linebacker, number 49, Matt Woods. Inside linebacker, number 28 on the other side, Liam Begley. And the outside linebacker, number 14, Dom Sopchak. Goodwin, he's a junior on the outside. Cornerback is Brett Qual. Free safety is Dominic Bader. And Jalen Kelly, the sophomore cornerback on the other side, will lead the defense for the Crown Point Bulldogs. Take a look at the offense for Crown Point, led by quarterback J.J. Johnson. He's a junior. Elijah Taiwan, he is a running back for Crown Point. 6'1", 215 junior. He's having a nice season. He's got 519 yards, 3 touchdowns. They're really going to use him in the attack on offense.
Yeah, again, like we mentioned, they're going to try to soften you up. They're going to run right up the line, like you said. I don't know if they're going to do that with the Valpo defensive line. They're going to have to run some stretches or some misdirections, but and then that eventually opens up your tight end play, and then taking shots down the field with the right receiver that you've got good size with in Landon Delich at 6'3".
You mentioned Landon Delich. He's one of the wide receivers, just a sophomore on the outside. Nathan Woodrick, the senior wide receiver, he's wearing number 18 tonight. Number 16 is a junior, Bodie Barant, 5'11", 160. As you see on the field, here come the Valpo Vikings. Get ready to come out on the other side of the Crown Point Bulldogs. For the Valpo, I'm sorry, I missed the offensive line here. Right tackle, senior Jack Darlington. Jackson Reese, 300-pound junior, is the right guard. The center is Nicholas Cicero, 280-pound senior. Left guard is Logan Korobskinski as the Crown Point team comes out. Left tackle is Aiden Durig on the line, 295-pound junior. And tight end, Seamus Olaski. He's just a sophomore. This is a line that averages 285 pounds on the line. And I looked at the defense as well that they're going up to on the line for Valpo. They average 198 pounds, almost 100-pound difference on the line.
Yeah, again, they're going to try to maybe go from sideline to sideline, maybe get some stretches, some misdirections. But again, it's all about maybe expanding your gaps a little bit, spreading out that defense, and cook.
Valpo defense, we mentioned them. They're just giving up about 14.8 points a game. Defensive end is a senior, number 95, Micah Nathan. Defensive tackle, also a senior, is Bassam Elian. Mitchell Tomzak is a senior on the defensive tackle, and defensive end Aiden McNeil, 205 pounds. So seniors across the board for the defensive line for Valpo. And on the linebacker, same thing. We got seniors across the board. Dylan Kwiatkowski is a senior at 190. Sam linebacker is Mason McCollum. Middle linebacker Nathan Kraft. He's leading the team in tackles at 33. The Noah linebacker on the other side, Tanze Gajordius, is a senior there. Corner Nolan Johnson on one end. The other, Tyler Versker, is a sophomore out there. And Peter Crossan, the junior safety, rounds out the Valpo defense. So be ready for a coin toss here.
Well, I think they already had it.
You already had it.
Valpo's receiving.
I was reading off names there. Missed that one. So
Hey, don't sell that Valpo defense short there on size. They are fast, though, and we're going to see some quickness on that defense here with Valpo tonight, too, as well. And that
Crown Point runs that 3-4 defense, and their linebackers do a lot of the work. The defensive linemen kind of try to clog those lines, and we'll see if the blockers can get to the next level, and that would make it a long night for Crown Point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go from Crown Point High School. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brewers kick end over end is in and out of the end zone. So Valpo take over, led by their quarterback, Logan Lockhart. Hayden Vineyard, you got to keep an eye on him. 916 yards on the season.
My guess is it's going to be a handoff to Vineyard on this first play, if I would put any money on it.
Well, again, and I'm sure Crown Point's prepared for that. So, again, as long as, the game's going to be won and lost in the trenches, as it always is. So we'll see who can control that area tonight.
Absolutely.
Valpo starting off in on first down. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that's those outside linebackers. And, Doug, you owe me some money. You lost a bet there.
I sure did.
Those guys are going to fly around, and they have some speed. We know Valpo's got size, but Crown Point's got some young, energetic, exciting speed, and they have done pretty well so far this year.
Valpo going with a pistol formation, 2 wide to the right. And there is a handoff up the middle, and there he goes. That's the guy we were talking about, Hayden Vineyard, down the sideline. Are they going to catch him? The 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Valpo.
Great read by Vineyard there. I mean, that was power right. He saw a gap, cut it back, and he just took it for over, 75 yards, I believe, there. It was great vision by Vineyard, and he hit the opposite side, got to the sideline, cut it up, and found his way in the end zone.
And he ran away from people. He's got size and ran away from the Crown Point.
He sure
secondary.
did.
I was waiting for somebody to maybe catch him. He was pulling away from people. That's impressive start there for Valpo.
Vineyard goes
21.
80 yards for the scoop and score. I want to say untouched. Maybe a hand on it.
4 yards away from 1,000 yards breaking. I think maybe next series we see that.
Tony Johnson's kick is up and good for the extra point. And here we are just a few minutes in. Valpo, 7-0 lead. We'll take a short break. You're watching Chevy. We're watching the Region Sports Network.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region Sports Network. Facebook.com/Region Sports, Facebook.com/Crown Point Sports, CrownPointSports.com as well. Thanks for joining us tonight, and what a way to start this one. Vineyard goes 80 yards for the score.
Talked about them all pregame. We talked about that big offensive line, and they sure showed up to start this game off. It was a great power run, cut back, had some great vision, got on his horses, and took off.
Tony Johnson's kick is short. It's picked up by Crown Point around the 21-yard line. They got room, and it's going to be a nice return. Ball is loose. I believe he was down. Let's see what the call is. And Crown Point will recover at the 45-yard line. I guess so they will say it was a fumble. But Crown Point recovers.
Short kick there. I mean, nothing kicking deep. We know that Valpo kicker can kick it deep. A little bit strange of a decision there to give some good field position for Crown Point.
When the wind is blowing out of the south pretty good right now, so that might have something to do with the decision. But the Crown Point did a good job of getting the ball in decent field position early on here.
Crown Point led out by J.J. Johnson, the junior quarterback. And look for the running back, Elijah Taiwan, to get a lot of carries tonight behind that big offensive line. And they're looking to pass. Play action is thrown out to the left side, incomplete. It was intended for Nathan Woodrick. Brings up second down.
Again, you want to, if you're Crown Point, you want to try to maintain field position, try to keep moving, and don't get behind the sticks against the Valpo defense. You want to be in a position where you're able to run the football, and always have that as an option. You don't want to get too far and put yourself in a pass-first situation.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs. 7-0 our score, 10:57 to go here in the first. It is another play action. The ball was tipped at the line. It's going to be caught. Close to a first down. That's Woodrick on the reception. So it's going to be a 3rd and looks like 2 as they cross into Valpo territory.
There goes that speed, though, there with, the Valpo defense we talked about. That was some tight coverage and a ball that got batted down by that defensive line that got that quickness, and, it went the Bulldogs' way on that play.
Yeah, and that was good concentration by Woodrick to catch that tip ball. That was not an easy catch.
3rd and 2. Handoff, and he's stuffed. This was Taiwan trying to get through and could not. 4th down coming up for the Bulldogs as that defense just wrapped them up.
Yeah, the timing looked off on that play. It looked like the handoff was not clean, and there was some hesitation there. And that just feeds right into what Valpo wants to do.
The middle linebacker read that gap perfectly, too. That center went off to the opposite side, it looked like, and opened up that gap in A. And, man, he sure filled it quick and got him in the backfield.
Bulldogs going for it here on 4th and 3 from the Valpo 48. Johnson in shotgun. High snap. He gets it. Looks right. He's got a man open over the middle. It's caught for the first down. That is Seamus Mulaski, the sophomore tight end. And that moves the chains.
Yeah, that's what I've seen all year from Crown Point. They do run the football. Taiwan gets a heavy dose inside the tackles and getting outside. They try to soften up and pull those linebackers up, and that's going to open up Seamus Mulaski. He's a big target and a great option to have in that short down situation.
Here is a handoff to Taiwan. He breaks free, and he's finally tripped up at the 25. It's like a gain of 14 and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Defense showed a little bit of weakness there on that tight end. That might be something that Crown Point can exploit the rest of the game here when those, big boy tight end going up against some smaller linebackers. That creates a big mismatch that Crown Point might see and get back to shortly.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And it's a keeper for Johnson. Goes left side, pass and tackles out to the 28-yard line, pickup of 2.
Basin Milayan right there. That's perfect and exactly what coaches want their D tackles. Read your keys. They tried to run that misdirection with the QB back. He stayed home and was able to make the play and stop a big gain.
Yeah, I thought that was good discipline by the Valpo D there. But you could see what Crown Point's trying to do, trying to misdirection here, option this with. You have to go inside eventually.
2nd and 9. They give it to Taiwan again. He breaks away from one, pan out from another. I believe he got back to the line of scrimmage, no more, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Mason McMullen and Nathan Kraft, again, them quick linebackers. Discipline. We've been talking about it here these past couple plays, and Valpo's defense and discipline showing right now with these misdirections.
Taiwan's got to try to hit that hole a little harder. He's kind of hesitant. You can't do that with the Valpo defensive line.
Bulldogs going 3 wide to the right here on 3rd and long. Looks that way, throwing left. He's got Woodrick out toward the 20. He's going to be short about 5 yards of the first. And let's see what Coach Puzia has in mind here on 4th down again.
This end of the field, you have the wind at your back. I don't know how confident they are in their kicking team. It looks like they might be coming out. Somebody is. But get the points when you can, and try to get on the scoreboard early on.
I like that call by Bazia there. That it was there. Unfortunately, the lineman just missed his block on that corner. If that didn't happen, I think we might have been seeing something in the end zone there.
Right.
Sam Brewer, 2 of 4 on the year. Snap down, kick is up. It is no good. Wide to the left. He missed it, pushed it just left. Not sure if you guys saw anything on that placement, if there was anything wrong.
I don't know. Sometimes when you do have the wind behind you like that, you think you have to make an adjustment, but he might have just yanked it.
So Valpo will take over. 7 minutes ago here in the first. They lead at 7-0. Missed field goal there by Sam Brewer.
It's a big drive for Valpo here. Another score here can really start setting them apart and start changing that momentum and getting them long night here for Crown Point. It's a big drive.
And they fake it to Vineyard, throw out to the left side. It's a first down and a little bit more out to the 35-yard line. That'll move the chains.
As Doug protruded to earlier, that strategy, and that's what we're seeing from Valpo. They know Crown Point is going to try to play that run. Let's do a little play action, hit it out to the sidelines, quick passes, let our athletes run, and that's what we saw in that last play there.
Yeah, they have so many weapons, you know what I mean? Of course, they're running backs and having a great season, but they have so many weapons out wide.
Man in motion, they do give it to Vineyard. He coughs it up, and the Crown Point Bulldogs jump on it. Vineyard had it knocked out, I believe, from behind. It popped forward, and a lot of red jerseys around the ball, and Bulldogs take over.
Yeah, I think that was 45, Alex Grabala, that came up with it on the turf there. But that's if you're kind of the underdog, so to speak, this is the kind of play that you're looking for. A little bit of fire and edge, and you just missed a field goal, but now you're in great field goal position again.
Time to take advantage of it. This is a play where you got to get yourself in the end zone, get yourself tied back up. That is the momentum swing you're looking for.
So we'll get it from the 44-yard line. Good field position here. High snap. It's brought down by Johnson. He's looking to run, but he is stuffed.
Here's where Valpo's defense really shows out. This is what they've been doing week over week. I mean, they're giving up, 15 points a game. It's tough to score on this defense. That speed shows and that discipline shows. We saw that there on that last play.
Yeah, that's the Crown Point front five's got to give themselves a chance to give their quarterback a chance. And again, offensively, you've got to be able to run that play right there every once in a while. You got to do the body shots. Those are body blows, and that's going to open up stuff later on, but you have got to get something out of it.
It's almost a 100-pound difference like we talked about before, and they just went right through them.
Yes. That senior leadership is showing on that D-line for Valpo.
2nd and 12 from the Valpo 46. It is Johnson keeping it forward out past the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and reasonable now.
That was a nice little delay there by J.J. Johnson. That was, you kind of made the defense think a pass was coming, but he got some of that back, some of that loss back, and gave himself a chance here on 3rd down.
You talked about it earlier with the offensive line. Unfortunately, you're going to have to break some tackles tonight. If you want to make some plays, move those chains, it's going to be about breaking some tackles and running tough.
Absolutely.
3rd and 5 from the Valpo 40. Too wide to the right for the Bulldogs. Hand off to Taiwan up the middle, and he's going to be taken down. Mason McCollum on the tackle. That brings up 4th down.
That was exactly what you're talking about, though. You got to break. You're one tackle away there from taking it to the house.
One tackle, exactly right. And, Mason's been in there all night so far. He's been doing an amazing job reading his keys, staying disciplined. And, again, it's a one-on-one show up there in the middle of the field. It's who's going to come out on win, and Valpo's been winning that battle so far.
Yeah. Crown Point's going for it again.
4th and 5 from the 37. Johnson out of shotgun, looking right, throwing right. It is incomplete. And the Bulldogs turn it over again here. It was intended, looks like Landon Delich, the sophomore. I believe he dropped it. It was a wide throw. Incomplete. He'll turn it over back to Valpo.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's a really long throw. You know what I mean? All the way outside to the hash. From this side, but that's a good young quarterback, and he put it in a spot where only his guy could get it. That's what you don't want to do there is turn it over. So their defense and see if they can get another stop here.
We saw a glimpse there of that Valpo defense, bend, don't break, that we've been seeing, and they really backed up their senior running back there on that drive.
Yeah, he's exhaling a little bit over there right now.
Yes.
Valpo from their own 37. They fake it. They flip it out to the left side. That's Ricky Hall Jr., the senior wideout, picks up the first down around midfield.
That's what Vineyard does. His ability to be able to break a long one or touch the ball quite a bit opens up those play-action passes, and we've been seeing a lot more of that than running tonight, and I think that might have been a big part of their strategy here. Crown Point, knowing they run and they're going to continue to run, they're going to come out and try to stop it. All right, we play action.
Valpo from their own 49. Lockhart gives it to Vineyard up the middle, breaking away from one, and there's the Bulldogs smothering defense. Takes them down just past the 45-yard line, second and short.
The style, what I like about this style also of both teams is I think this is this kind of style that wins in the postseason. You're talking about in fields that are going to have snow and mud and going to be adverse conditions. You have to have a horse that you can ride that might get 25, 30 carries to help you advance in the state tournament.
Absolutely. And both teams here, we've seen a lot of success in the postseason for many years here in the past. And I think we still see that here in this season too as well.
Absolutely.
Second and 3 from the Crown Point 33. They fake at the Vineyard, flip it out, and another first down there to Ricky Hall Jr. Nice toss and catch. Moves the chains once again for the Vikings.
Ricky Hall's been getting a lot of action today. It's literally just a comeback route, but he's turning towards the sideline rather than inside, and it's been working.
I saw him bust a long, very athletic catch last week against Chesterton. It was unbelievable. So he's just, like we said, he's another weapon that they have, and that's what makes Valpo's offense such a handful.
Absolutely.
First and 10 from the 35 for the Vikings. And in motion, they hand it off to Vineyard right side, looking for blockers. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play, second down.
Another just power run, and that's what Valpo does, right? Run. We're seeing a little bit different in that play action. It's going to give their athlete over there. Hall's had a lot of action. He's one-on-one, one broken tackle. And like Doug was talking about, he's got some speed to break it off.
And he will, but this is where the Valpo offensive line, it really wears down the Crown Point front, and it's over the duration of the game. This is what's going to make them successful.
Vineyard on the carry to the outside, has room, has one blocker out there. He's tripped up past the 15 down to the 14-yard line, moves the chains once again.
Doug just called it, right? That big offensive line, they're starting to get going. And once they do, they know how to break down a defensive line. Their blocking assignments and how they execute is almost perfection when it comes to this run game. And we saw that there. I mean, broke off for 14 yards, and it was a wide-open gap.
That's the challenge of Crown Point defense. How many guys do you want to commit to him? And meanwhile, as soon as you do that, they're going to pop a long one.
Exactly.
That's why they're pretty good.
Lockhart looking left side. It is out to Hall. He breaks away from one, gets down inside the 5-yard line, marks him down at the 3. So that'll be first and goal for the Vikings coming up.
Hall again getting a lot of action. I think we've only seen 2 style plays ran all game so far for Valpo, and that's either power or play action over to Hall. But it's working. It's working.
This is where the Valpo front line's really licking their chops right now.
Oh, they sure are right now.
Right here.
Yeah, this touchdown, if they get one, that's going to be all on the O-line.
First and goal from the 3. Vineyard is stuffed. The Bulldogs defense got in there. I think he lost a yard as well. That'll bring up second and goal.
Yeah, they sold out there, didn't they? They brought the house, and that's the kind of gamble you have to take when you're playing Valpo. I mean, you're giving up so much size, and you roll the dice, and it worked there. Let's see what happens here on second down.
Yeah, intrigued to see. You talked about it here, Doug, just a second ago. Now they can stack the box a little bit more, only having 3 yards left, and we saw a little bit there that they were able to stand tall against Valpo.
Yeah, now they're going empty backfield.
And in motion was Vineyard. They fake it. He's going to keep it up the middle is Lockhart. He is in for the Valpo touchdown.
Something new there a little bit, but that's what Vineyard does. He draws a lot of attention, and they sent him in motion. Faked it off to him on jet sweep, QB keep. I mean, that was perfectly executed, and exactly what the coach was dialing up and thought and saw.
That was also a big part of that was number 2, Dylan Rodriguez. He was the lead blocker. He pulled from this side, started in motion, and created a hole for the touchdown there.
Tyler Johnson's extra point is good. Valpo now takes a 14-0 lead. 1 minute, 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. You are watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network.
So the best part of our transaction was?
I would say closing day. It's very exciting and it went super easy and fast. And yeah, actually the whole sale went smoothly. And Dave, our real estate agent, was wonderful and helpful in every way and just walked us through it. And yeah, it was a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Just had a Valpo touchdown. Logan Lockhart took it in from 4 yards out, and the Vikings lead the Bulldogs now 14-0. Still a minute, 17 to go in the first quarter.
Valpo's shifting it up a little bit. Different what we've seen in the past weeks where they're getting that play-action pass in, and it's working. It's working for them. They're able to get down the field, march, still move the chains, still control the clock, but
kick goes out to the 8-yard line and breaks away from the big-time tackles, and there he goes down the sideline. Can they get him to the 30, the 20? Nobody's going to get him all the way 85 yards for the touchdown. Bulldogs are on the board.
That's the kind of play that Crown Point needs to hang around. I was just going to say this is a huge possession for Crown Point because this could turn ugly real quick.
No other way to have in that possession quickly with a touchdown. We saw it, though, on that first kickoff return.
Yeah.
They were able to get some good field because they were one tackle away from breaking that, and maybe some issues over there with that kickoff for Valpo, and something that Crown Point can continue to exploit throughout the night.
Yeah, that was a good job, and boy, did they need that right now.
They sure did.
Tyler Verscher was the return man on that. Nicely done by the sophomore. Extra point coming for Sam Brewer. Snap is high, kick is up, and good. So Crown Point on the board, 14-7 our score. We'll take a short break. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Let's give a huge shout out to our Crown Point High School Blazer cheerleaders.
What's up?
What did he say? Is it the service?
I totally froze.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
For the Vikings.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region. Region Sports Network. 85-yard touchdown on the return for Crown Point. As this kick is into the end zone. All right, so there's some life for the Bulldogs here. We thought Valpo was going to just run away with this. And Crown Point gets on the board.
Kickoff return will always spark some energy on the side, and you saw it. So I'm excited to see what this defense comes out and bring. We saw a little bit there in the red zone where that D-line was starting to step up and stand tall with the big boys up front for Valpo. So see what they bring here. This is obviously a very big drive for Crown Point, and get them, even a 3-and-out or a punt out of this is going to be huge for Crown Point.
See if that'll spark the defense for Crown Point. So Lockhart in shotgun. They give it to Vineyard, left side running there, and he picks up just 2 on that carry.
Again, we'll see if Crown Point's making any adjustments moving forward. I know, again, you're rolling dice and you kind of pick your poison, but those linebackers and the front three really need to try to make an impact in the front, and control their own area and not allow the offensive line of Valpo to push them around all night.
2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. Lockhart will, I believe, keep it. He does. He's past the 30. He's got a first down, carrying some Bulldogs with him out to the 35-yard line. That slow, deliberately offense moves the chains once again.
Valpo may be realizing here, hey, let's take that momentum away. They scored quick. Let's control some clock here and pound the ball. We may not see so many passes or play action here. I think it's going to be a lot of ground pound.
14-7, our score is at the end of the first quarter. Valpo leads it over Crown Point. Take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Watching it on Facebook.com/Region Sports, Facebook.com/Crown Point Sports, RegionSports.com, and CrownPointSports.com. Mike Zajac here with the two Dougs, Doug Ashenbaugh, Doug Nelson, as we start the second quarter here. Valpo in a pretty commanding game. They've led all the way, except for that one miscue on the kick return.
Sure did, and it's really going to be about Crown Point's defense. Can they stop this offense? Can they get them, 3 and outs, get them to punt the ball? That's going to be the key to the game here to keep Crown Point in the game.
So here we go from the 35-yard line. Lockhart looking, right side, throws, it's tipped and incomplete. It was intended for Adler Hazlitt. That'll bring it up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where if you're a defensive lineman or an outside linebacker and you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up and try to disrupt the pass. And he did a great job there. And, of course, Crown Point would have loved a good fortuitous bounce to somebody's hands, but that's better than nothing at this point.
Stops the clock, too, as well for them, what they need right now.
2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Lockhart will hand it off. Vineyard right up the middle. Picks up about 6 or 7 on the carry. Bring up 3rd and short.
Great thing about Vineyard is he sees the smallest holes, and he gets through there quickly, and that's exactly what we saw there. Big boys up front were able just to turn, created a small gap, but Vineyard with that speed, he was able to hit that gap and pick up 7 yards on that play.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are really filling the box right now, putting 7 and 8 guys in the box. They really were sold out there. He was, again, one tackle away from being gone, but you could see they're rolling the dice and going. Here they come again. Here come the linebackers.
They give it to Vineyard. He goes right through him. Past midfield and more. Down the sideline. Can they chase him down? 10-5. He is in for another touchdown. Hayden Vineyard. This one goes 57 yards.
It was a great call by Coach Mitchell there. What he was able to do is get the big boys to block down that left the defensive end. Help when they were stacking the box. That pulling guard came and kicked out the end, and Vineyard read right off his butt and took it for a long touchdown there. That was a great call and exactly what Valpo needed to stop that 8 in the box.
Right, and when the defense does sell out like that, the secondary kind of back there on an island. And he's, he's in a bad position. Let's just put it that way. But when you sell out like that, you've got to get to the receiver, or the quarterback, or the ball, at least slow them down and give them your secondary a chance.
Absolutely. And I think Vineyard's, game 5 here, and he's over 1,000 yards already. That shows you what ability Vineyard does have and what he can do when you give him the ball.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Vineyard goes 58 is the official scoring on that. He's got one on 80 and now 58. City of Crown Point's Mayor Uran and the Parks Athletics, Communication, and Entertainment Department invites everybody to the Bulldog Park to celebrate Oktoberfest coming up Saturday, October 2nd. Join us for the region's premier fall festival. That's already next week.
Already. It's fall.
October? Man. Too quick.
It's fall. This is cold weather football is the best kind of football.
Johnson getting ready to kick it away. Vikings lead 21-7 here in the second quarter. See if they play any differently because they had the last one brought back. He hits this one into the end zone and out.
I think they realized let's just kick it out deep and make that offense drive on us.
Well, I think also that that's the effect of the wind here.
Of course.
They had to squib kick it early on, kicking against the wind, and now you got the wind at your back, and just let it rip and not let him be a factor.
Very great point.
So if you're Crown Point's offense, what do you need to get going? You got a lot of fourth downs there, and what's Craig Buzio got to call up here and get something moving?
Yeah, you got to try to, again, do what's got you here. You've won 2 games in a row. You've got to run the football. You have to trust it. Get your big tight end, Seamus Molaski, involved. Get him going. And get the ball. Try to get the ball vertically up the floor or up the field. If not, again, I know it's 21-7 and it's awfully early, but I think Valpo can score about whenever they want. So Crown Point's going to have to try to keep up with them here.
Johnson going 3 wide to the right. He fakes it. He's going deep. He's got a man out there. Had a step. It is incomplete. No call. Brings up second down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying about getting the ball up vertically. They've got to try to take some shots and see if they can get behind the Valpo secondary, but he did a good job, and it's also a little challenging throwing against that wind, but that's just one of those that you have to try every once in a while.
Great speed by the Valpo defense there. Their corners and their safeties got some quickness, and they know how to cover downfield, and we saw that there's an amazing job covering.
Nathan Woodrick was the intended receiver on that one. 2nd and 10. Johnson's going to keep it. Off to the right side, gets a nice block. He's got the first down past the 30-yard line. That block from Woodrick on the outside led him the way, and that moves the chains.
That was a great block. That's one of those things that Nathan, I'm sure, will make sure everyone sees that tomorrow morning during film session. But that's the kind of little things it takes to maintain possession, move the ball, and keep the clock rolling.
Where you talked about earlier, too, right? Hit them sidelines. Crown Point can have some success out there, and we saw that right there, that they really can, hitting them sidelines.
Yeah, try to stretch the field, make them defend the entire field side to side, not just always up the middle.
From the 32. And Johnson on the keeper, not fooling anybody on that defense. He's taken down right at the line, 2nd down.
Yeah, just on the flip side of that, sorry, Doug, is you have to go into the middle every once in a while. You got to let them know that this is an option, and that it might not be very good, but all you do is break one tackle like we mentioned, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, keep that defense true.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Johnson with 2 wide to the right, looking right. He throws. It is caught. It's Landon Delich. He gets to the 38-yard line, so 3rd and reasonable coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a pass that they've hooked up on many times. I saw that play against Lake Central, and Delich is a good-sized kid, 6'3", 175, and got great hands and is able to get up in the air also and make a play over a smaller defender, but that was a nice play.
Big 4 yards here for Crown Point. Be able to pick up this first down, keep this clock moving, and sustain the drive.
Bulldogs going 5 wide here. Johnson's going to keep it. Looked middle. There was nothing there. Tries going left side, and he's taken down right around the line of scrimmage. not much more. That brings up 4th down in decision time for Craig Buzio.
One broken tackle away. It was a really great call. Drop back with the quarterback, QB draw there. It really had the Valpo defense flowing over here to their left. It was open, but it was one tackle. That all he needed to break. Unfortunately, Valpo came up and made a big stop.
And we'll see if they try to draw them off sides. I'm sorry.
Crown Point going for it here as they line up. Yeah, they might be trying to draw them off. And they will take a timeout. Nice call there, Doug, on that one. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region Sports Network. And Mike Zajac, Doug Ashenbaugh, and Doug Nelson from Crown Point. And Crown Point's got 4th and 3 from their own 39-yard line. And they send the offense out there again. J.J. Johnson out there.
Trying to catch Valpo off guard a little bit.
Well, they didn't. They go up the middle, and that's Taiwan picking up the first. Looked like it bunched everybody in the middle for Crown Point. Went right at them. They pick up the first.
Seen a little mesh huddle there where the offensive line was, facing backwards, and they quickly turned and ran a play, and they caught them off guard a little bit, and enough to pick up the first down.
Yeah, the Valpo defense was absolutely not prepared for that. They weren't ready to go. They weren't set, but that's a great job by the Bulldogs, and what do they have to lose, right? They're playing the number 2 team in Indiana.
Absolutely.
Now let's go for it and see what happens.
Keep the clock moving.
Yep.
Big first down for Crown Point. Johnson hands off to Taiwan. He picks up maybe 1 or 2. That's about it. Second down.
Linebacker play for Valpo was amazing. Again, we've been talking about that linebacker core all night, and they surely know how to move forward on their first steps and read their keys. And they're coming up big in that run game here against Crown Point.
Yeah, again, Crown Point's just got to continue to move the football. And don't shoot themselves in the foot here. See if they can stay within the chains and keep that clock rolling, like you mentioned.
3 wide to the right here on 2nd and 9. And Johnson looking, got a man, had a step, and he just overthrew him. Intended for Bodie Barant. The junior wideout had a step or 2 on him. Overthrow, 3rd down.
Yeah, those are the plays you got to hit to win one of these games. But again, that's just showing what Crown Point's trying to set up. That's the goal right there, is to get that play and to hit it one time tonight, and that would have put Crown Point right back in the ballgame.
Keeping that Valpo defense, true. They had them. They had them on that play action there, and that's what you were talking about earlier, is really keep true to that run game because it's going to open those up.
Yeah, you have to stay with it. Trust it. You're not gonna win them all, but you're gonna set things up later on.
3rd and 9 for Johnson. Fakes it, looking, going deep again. It is caught. This is Delich out past the 25 to the 22. And a nice pass there to Johnson. Nice catch there from Delich. First down at Bulldogs.
Yeah, I was impressed with Delich when I saw him a couple weeks ago at Lake Central. Great hands. He did a great job of keeping the defender behind him, and the quarterback J.J. Johnson did a good job of getting the ball there. But Delich used that big body, that big frame, and gave him a chance to catch the football.
1st and 10 from the Valpo 23. 7 minutes ago here in the first half. Johnson looking right. He's going to toss it out to Delich again. Corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Is there a flag? Yes, there is.
They're seeing something over there. They're seeing that he can beat them, and they keep going to him here. And obviously, he did beat them, and we got a penalty that's coming out for pass interference.
Yeah, that was like a setup, like a jump ball.
Yes.
And that's what Delich is very good at. He's a big kid. He goes up and high points the ball. So yeah, they have seen something in the Valpo defense that they could take advantage of. But another thing is that they're giving their quarterback time.
Absolutely.
He's got some time. He's not picking himself all off the ground also. So we'll see what the Valpo defense does and see how they adjust now.
So that's 3 plays now that Delich has gotten open there, and then here he causes the flag, and that's Nolan Johnson, the cornerback. It's a senior. That's not what you want from your senior corner on that play.
Yeah, he's got to turn around and find the football. He
does.
has no idea where it was at.
I don't believe Johnson's been touched in the past game yet here for the Bulldogs. They've been doing an amazing job, like you said, Doug, on the offensive line.
First and 10 from the Valpo 12. There's a stiff arm from Taiwan. He's going to the corner. He's got it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I'm really impressed with the response of the Bulldogs there. That was a great drive into the wind, and they could have scored before that had they hit some of those long passes. So that's a very impressive drive by the Bulldogs, and they're letting Valpo, we're here for 4 quarters.
That offense is starting to come alive. That was a great stiff arm by Elijah Taiwan there. That's exactly what we've been talking about all night is, hey, if you can break one tackle, you can bust something off. And that's exactly what he did there.
Brewer in for the extra point. There was some, looked like a difficulty with the low snap, but they got it down. Kick is good. 21-14 our score, 6:47 to go in the first half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
To Game Night in the Region Sports Network. We got number 7, Crown Point Bulldogs. Number 2, Valpo Vikings. Mike Zajac here along with Doug Nelson and Doug Ashenbaugh. Just had a score from the Bulldogs. It was Elijah Taiwan from 12 yards out. 21-14 our score. And Bulldogs back in this thing.
No pun intended, but we're in a dogfight, right? Crown Point is showing up. That offense is starting to come alive. Valpo's D is, that bend don't break. We didn't see it there. And Crown Point's starting to see something. And I think they're starting to exploit that on offense.
Yeah, I think their offense is very comparable. They run the same kind of offense with running the football, run heavy, use the tight end, use the middle, and then take shots down the perimeter and vertically as much as you can. But we're going to see who can execute, who can hang on to the football and do the little things right it takes. But I was really impressed with Crown Point's drive right there.
It's Elijah Taiwan's 4th touchdown of the year. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs needed. It's Brewer to kick things off here for Crown Point.
This is a big stop here for Crown Point because, stop, get them to punt it. They can get either a field goal or some other points on the board. I believe they're getting ball at half, too. So
this is Vineyard to return it from the 15. Almost coughed it up, catches it. He goes right through the heart of that and out to the 35. I thought he was almost going to break it there. And that's where Valpo will start things off.
That was a close one. He almost did break that off there. And that sure would have been a dagger over to Crown Point to be able to score that quick. But they came up and was able to stop him, before he broke that off.
You can see also how the wind affected that kickoff. That was there's a definite difference from north to south how that ball is affected by the wind.
There sure is. We've seen a lot of bobbles tonight too.
Yeah.
This is Lockhart back to pass. He's got a man open. He's got him. Ricky Hall Jr. is going to take it all the way for the score. Valpo touchdown.
That was a quick one. We've been saying Hall's name all night, and that was just a simple play action, deep post, and Hall just beat his man and then took it for the rest of the way. Great way to come out and play that. They're probably thinking run again, right? Run heavy, control the clock. That's what they're going to try to do here. No, instead we're going to play action you and hit you down the middle where there was no safety support over the top. So great call by the offensive coordinator there.
I think that goes back to the importance of each Crown Point drive, because I think Valpo can score just about whenever they want.
Absolutely.
They've got so many weapons, and they execute very well.
62-yard touchdown for Hall as the extra point is up and good. 28-14 our score, 6:30 to go here in the first half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region Sports Network. From Crown Point High School, 62-yard catch and run for Ricky Hall Jr., the senior wide receiver for Valpo. They have a 28-14 lead. 6:30 to go here in the first half, so plenty of time for that Crown Point offense to do what they did last time. They moved the ball real slow down the field, had the penalty in the end zone, and they'll try to do that again. This kick is into the end zone. A touchback. Crown Point will take over at the 20.
Again, we'll see if they can withstand a drive and move the chains and try to get the ball, limit the time that Valpo has left on the clock into halftime, also. So once you get down to that close in that situation, again, I think it's almost a must score for Crown Point, because Valpo is able to score in many different ways, and Crown Point's yet to figure out how to stop them yet.
Be interesting to see how Valpo's defense responds to that score as well.
Yeah.
Johnson from the 20, looking right, throws it, caught, out past the 20 to the 25-yard line.
5-6 yards every play. That's good. That's good. And they need to, offenses keep continuing those type of plays. Doesn't need to be that home run ball every time. Like Doug was talking about earlier, is really control this last 6 minutes. Limit that time you give that ball back to Valpo, but
right.
Let's make sure we get it in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a great job by 88 Randy Locke. Again, another big weapon, nice hands. That's not an easy catch, kind of going away from the quarterback. Good job.
2nd and 5 from the 25. They will give it to Taiwan. He's in the backfield. And here come the Vikings defense. Wraps him up. Got away from one, but the defense smothered him. And he's going to lose about 3 on the play. 3rd and long now.
Great play by the Valpo linebacking core again in that backfield, making that. He broke tackle 1, but then you had number 47, Nathan Kraft, right there ready for him here once he broke that tackle and able to stop that for a loss.
Yeah, it put Elijah in a tough spot there. He tried to, again, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and it was just hang on tight and get back what you can at that point.
So 3rd and 7. Interesting to see if they look for Delich here. They do. They're going deep right side. He's got it, and then he dropped it. No, they say that's a catch.
Yeah, I think he had it between his legs there and did a good job of keeping it from hitting the turf. But again, he does a great job of getting himself in front of the defender where only he can catch the ball. That was a nice play by him.
And that's where you're seeing that 6'3" height versus, the Valpo's Tyler Vershu, that 5'9", and that's where they've been going to all night, and it's working for them.
Yeah, they did a good job of isolating that situation. And again, you can see they're really taking a lot of time just to get the ball or the play call into the quarterback. So I think they're trying to make an effort to milk the clock here a little bit as they move forward.
It's where we need video replay on high school football. That was real close. As there's a flag. Looks like a possible false start. It is.
It did. That last play, it looked like he almost caught it with his knees.
Yeah. Just right in his midsection area. I thought we were looking, we're right on that line there where he caught it. I thought he dropped it. A nice catch there by the sophomore. Backs up the offense here, 5 yards.
If you're Coach Mazzee, you just want to keep that clock moving and keep the chains moving at this point.
From their own 4:39 and another flag.
They're moving.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Crown Point not wanting. Obviously, this is not what you want here. I know the clock, was moving there for you, but pushing yourself backwards now in the 1st and 20 is a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, you don't have too many 1st and 20 plays in the playbook.
Sure
So
don't.
what you want to try to do is, get some of it back. You don't need to get it all back at once. Chip away. It could be a draw play, a screen, maybe a tight end play. So you don't need to get it back all at once.
Man in motion. They fake it. Look in. He's going to scramble to his right side. He's going to take off now. Johnson is hit right about the 38-yard line. Bounces him out to the 39. And that'll bring up still 2nd and long.
That was a good job by Johnson to get back and get something out of that. He did get 5, but the Valpo secondary did a very good job downfield, and that's about the only option he had at that point.
Yeah, we saw Bassam, Alian on that too as well. I think it was the first of the night where he got rushed on the pass play. So maybe starting to see some defensive front heat up here and get some pressure on the quarterback.
2nd and 15 from their own 39. Johnson fakes. Looking right. Throws. He was hit as he threw it, and the ball is incomplete. Intended for Brandt there. And that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Valpo's D-line's coming alive with this pass rush now. That's 2 in a row where Johnson's getting hurried and almost got sacked on that. And that's where that wide receiver really turned into the defensive man at that point. Let's get that ball back on the ground and keep it away from Valpo.
Yeah, that's one of those plays. It seemed like the ball was up in the air forever. Yeah. Your Crown Point, just get on the ground, get down,
Yes.
incomplete. Somebody knock it down. But, again, like you mentioned, he was rushed a little bit, and he was fortunate to have another chance here to keep the clock moving.
Crown Point going with a 2 tight end set here. It is a timeout taken by Greg Buzia for Crown Point. We'll take a short break as well. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all orthopedic specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region. RegionSports.com and Facebook.com/RegionSports. Facebook.com/Crown Point Sports. CrownPointSports.com are all over the place on the internet. How about that? Mike Zajac, Doug Nelson, Doug Ashenball. We got 3rd and 15 from their own 39 for the Bulldogs. Johnson looking right side. Got Taiwan. He's got it, but he's going to be well short of the first down at midfield. Short by about 4 yards. 4th down coming up here for the Bulldogs. I assume, like he's done before, Buzia is going to go for this.
Yeah, that was a nice little wheel route there. Give him an opportunity to get your playmaker the ball in open field. But at least it's a manageable situation. Again, you can, if you're Coach Buzia, you could run the clock down a little bit. You could even take a penalty at this point and then punt it, or get the ball down and run the clock down and then call a timeout and kick it. I don't know what he's going to do here.
4th and 4.
Wow.
Johnson fakes it, tosses it out. They are close to the first down marker. He's right on the line. I think he's got it by about a yard. That'll move the chains.
What a nice play there by Crown Point.
Crown Point is seeing, though, that pressure from Valpo's D-line, and now they're slipping out their running backs, and they're hitting them quick, and that's exactly what we've been seeing this entire drive here, chipping away back at that 1st and 20 that they had.
Yeah, I think that was Randy, number 88, Randy Latch, tight end, backup tight end, and he did a good job of finding the sticks and finding out how far he had to go there. That was a nice job by the Bulldogs.
It's the 2nd catch of the game. So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Throwing deep. He's got a man. It's incomplete. It was intended for, looks like Bodie Barant. Second down.
That's one of those ones he's got to come up with. Unfortunately, it hit him in the hands. That was a good ball thrown by Johnson and put it where only he could catch it.
Yeah.
Hit him in the hands. Unfortunately, it was just a drop.
Yeah, you don't know the effect that the wind has on it.
Yeah.
But it looked like it did kind of knuckle and dive a little bit. But again, just to put it in a spot where only his eye could get it, that's a good job at this point in the quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 45. Johnson. There's a man moving far left side. They're going to have a flag down, and that ball is incomplete. Flag on the far side. The wide receiver over there was moving.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think he was a little antsy on the far side.
Looks like Nathan Woodrick. Not sure if he was even ready. Is that a legal shift they just called, I believe?
Looks to be. I see the field goal kicker warming up a little bit here, but that wind's going to play a strong part here. They're going to they need to get much closer here. I think it's a touchdown or bust kind of drive for Crown Point.
That was an interesting decision there. I think that the Valpo staff could have declined that and had 3rd and 10, but they decided to make it 2nd and 15. Meanwhile, you got the clock. The clock's not running right now, but if you're Valpo, you want the ball back. So that was an interesting decision.
Yeah, I agree with that.
2nd and 15 from midfield. Johnson fakes it. Looking. No, he went deep. He's got man. Taiwan's open, but it's tipped and incomplete. There is a flag down, I believe, over there near side.
Yeah, it might be, though, on the offense. It almost looked like a push-off, but we'll see here what we got.
That looked like a little hitch and go. He could have caught that about 3 times.
Yeah, he almost came down with it at the end, too. And there it is. It is on the offense, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So this will push Crown Point a little bit further back, or do they decline it? It looks like they're going to decline.
Yeah, I think here you have to decline that one and get it to 4th down.
The penalty is declined.
Well, I think one of the things that Coach Bazia is known for is his working the officials on the sideline, and I think he's a little confused right now. What just happened?
Yeah, that's a tough call. It could have gone either way. I think there's a little hole on the defense a little bit with that hitch and go, and there was a little push off. I think it was, gone either way. Unfortunately, it came up against the Bulldogs.
Down, or is it 3rd?
I think it's going to be 3rd down, but there is some confusion. Well, maybe not. Crown Point's looking for a play, but they got 15 seconds on the play clock here. 3rd and 15 back at midfield.
Trying to get guys on and off the field. I think the little confusion there.
Down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Johnson with 3 gets it off. Looking left, heaving one deep. And this one is going to be incomplete as well.
Looking for that home run ball, unfortunately. We've seen a lot of plays here in a row where it's just been downfield, downfield, downfield. When, hey, you still got enough time where you want to chip away and keep moving them chains. And unfortunately, those down the field just aren't working right now. And Valpo's defensive backs are catching on.
Yeah, and now you got 4th and long. It's almost like they are going for it here. Wow.
Raymond Santiago was the intended receiver on that one. And Johnson's going to kick this.
There he goes.
He will. And they'll let it bounce inside the 25. Nicely done to the 22. We'll keep it here, 1:45 left to go in the first half. 28-14 our score, Valpo on top. If you're Valpo here, you try to get a score, you're going to just run that clock out.
Absolutely. No, you try to get a score. We saw last drive how quick you scored. 2 touchdowns here, especially in the DAC, can be, easily manageable to come back on. You want to go over there and you want to go up 3 touchdowns in halftime.
Yeah, I think Valpo has shown they can score in many different ways quickly. So they have every effort here. I think they're going to try to score the football.
I believe they have 3 timeouts, too, as well, still left.
From the 22, this is Vineyard right up the middle. Picks up a few. Keeps that clock running.
Like you said, with timeouts, that's actually quite a bit of time. He's got a lot of time, and they have you kind of see how the first play goes, and see if that sets up the rest of your ideas of what you're going to do with the rest of the quarter.
2nd and 5 from the 26. And Lockhart's going to keep this one left side. Gets a few blocks, still on his feet. Dives out of bounds, stops the clock around the 31-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and short.
It was a nice run there and scramble. Unfortunately, he just got his feet tied up. He saw the gap. He had a nice cut in. Exactly, where that gap was going to be. His feet just got tied up, but he was fortunate enough to get back outside, hit the sideline.
Yeah, he got to the sideline and stopped the clock there without having to use a timeout.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 2 from their own 31-yard line. Lockhart with 2 wide to the right side. He'll give it to Vineyard up the middle, jumping over defenders, weaving around him near the 40, cuts back to the 45. He's got the first down and more to the 47. And a timeout taken, I believe, by Valpo. It is a Valpo. We'll take one as well. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
First quarter.
Like stats?
Did they?
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on Region Sports Network. We're all over the internet tonight. Mike Zajac, Doug Nelson, Doug Ashenball on the call tonight from Crown Point. 28-14 is our score, and Valpo has 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. See if they can get another score going into the half. He's looking deep. He's throwing deep. He's got a man. Did he catch that? What a grab.
That was he got away with a push. He got away with a
push for sure.
And Crown Point is not happy with that. They just got called for the same thing down here. So Coach Mazia's letting him know a little bit. Nice play by the receiver.
Adler Hazlitt came down with the catch. And quickly to the line, they'll spike it to stop the clock. Buzia and the rest of the coaching staff is livid on the sideline, and he's going to get a flag.
I like that play by Valpo there. Save your timeouts, get up there and spike the ball. I did like that play call there. Save your 2 timeouts because we're going to be running up the gut here, and that's exactly what they want to stick to is their game plan of running it up. Keep your 2 timeouts and try to punch it in before the half ends.
Yeah. Crown Point, they got to reset right now. They can't allow the calls. You can't control that. You got to control the controllables, resettle here a little bit, and try to keep the ball out of the end zone here if you're Crown Point.
Absolutely, bend don't break.
Yeah,
3 points is much better than the 7 here. So,
Buzia still barking at the referee on the near side here.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant. That was 2 hands. I don't know. I know the officiating is not easy, but again, the receiver made a good play, and the quarterback put the ball where he had to. So,
still had to come down with it.
Yes, he did.
2nd and 10 from the 16. He pitches it to Vineyard, cuts back to the outside now. He's thrown toward the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. Hayden Vineyard in for a 3rd time tonight. And Valpo adds on to their lead.
Yeah, they scored pretty quick there. There was still 30 seconds left to go on the clock, and they looked like they were in no hurry. They were in total control of what they wanted to do right there. That's the sign of an experienced football club right there.
Absolutely. It took 1 minute and 10 seconds for them to score with using 1 timeout. Very impressive drive there.
Extra point is good. 35-14 is our score. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Valpo just scores again, 35-14. And Ashenbaugh, I asked you, I'm like, maybe you hold off, call off the Dogs there for a little bit. No, you got to score. Less than a minute, they're in.
They are. Yeah, that was an amazing drive, and they capped it off with a nice little speed option, pitched it over to Vineyard, and he made a couple cuts, broke tackle, got flung into the end zone there at the end. But, again, he got in for his third touchdown, and that's exactly what Valpo wanted to do. They wanted to go up three scores at halftime.
Yeah, that questionable pass interference that wasn't called. You guys said pass interference. This one's out of bounds, touchback. Probably talk about that one all night. Got the flag on Muzia. He's still yelling during the break at the referees, so and nothing he could do there.
Yeah, I think there was a potential hold on the touchdown run also. So I think Coach made his point, and it's time, like I said, maybe Crown Point get in the locker room here, reset mentally. They were right there, a couple plays away from being right in the ball game, but they could take a knee here and just get to the locker room.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart decision. We see how fast Valpo can score. You don't want to put it up in the air there, and then you see a knee.
Johnson takes the knee, and see on the play clock. That'll do it for the first half. 35-14 is our score. The Valpo Vikings leading the Crown Point Bulldogs. And it's been pretty much what we expected, I believe, from the Valpo offense as they take the lead into the half. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all Orthopedic Specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
At Toyota of Maryville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Maryville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota Maryville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach.
JavaWave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, JavaWave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Welcome back to game night in the region, theregionsports.com, crownpointsports.com. We're also on facebook.com/regionsports, facebook.com/crownpointsports. It's Mike Zajac here, along with Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. You're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Reports, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. 35-14 is our score. Valpo all over Crown Point. It's been the Valpo offense big time, and it's in our guy. We talked about him at the beginning, Hayden Vineyard, with 3 touchdowns already.
Yeah, so Valpo is a little bit different than we've seen in the past couple weeks. It hasn't been just ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound. They've been throwing a lot of play action there, too, as well. Now, granted, Vineyard's got 3 rushing touchdowns for sure, but there was a nice play action pass to Hall down the center on the deep post. And what they've really been doing is keeping Crown Point on their toes, right? It's not all about the run game. They came out and proved that in the first half. And I think maybe in the second half here, we'll see where they get a little bit more back to that ground and pound game.
And again, you talk about the offense. I talk about the Valpo defense. They've only given up 1 touchdown. One of the touchdowns was a special teams play where Crown Point returned it for a touchdown. But the Valpo defense is playing very well as well. So, I don't think it's a matter of Crown Point playing poorly. I just think this is how good Valpo is right now at this point in the season. So, they're both, have bright futures. Crown Point this year, this is a year that they circled and they think they're getting ready to make a run. And Crown Point is only going to use this to get better down the road. So it's win-win on both sides tonight.
Absolutely, sure is.
Touchdowns for Vineyard. He goes 80 yards. He goes 58 yards, 16 touchdowns. Hall had a reception of 62 yards. And on the other side was Lockhart. Lockhart also with a 4-yard touchdown score for Valpo on the offensive side. Crown Point, they had that non-pass interference that we thought was pass interference. It wasn't called. Craig Buzia gets called for a flag out there. And if you're Craig Buzia going into halftime, you're talking to your team, you can't let that affect you. And Buzia's he's been around for a while. He knows he's not going to bring that up. He's got to set that aside.
Yeah, that's first half. That's first half now. They're going to come out and totally forget about that.
Right, and Coach, he's been doing this quite a while, and he's long time been a very good motivator. So he's going to look forward and, try to win the second half. That's the goal right now.
Absolutely. He's focusing on right now, and that is adjustments. How can that Crown Point defense step up, get Valpo's offense off the field, and what can they do on offense? What can they get back to and have some success? And that's what they're focusing on right now out there.
Let's take a look at some scores across the region. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Strack and Van Til. Strack and Van Til can shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. Some scores we got are Andrean 21, Hobart 7 at the half. Michigan City leading Lake Central 28-3 at halftime. Maryville 32, LaPorte 12 in the second quarter. Chesterton 7-0 over Portage at halftime. Hanover Central all over Boone Grove. It's 56-0 in the second quarter. Griffith leading Calumet 10-7 in the second quarter. Doug and I are happy about that.
Nice to see Griffith up on top this week.
Highland 21, Munster 0 at halftime. Lowell 35, KV 7 in the second quarter. River Forest leading Bishop Knoll 19-0 in the second. South Central over Lake Station in the second. It's 14-0 there. Western Boone 44, Hammond Central nothing in the second. And Indy Cathedral all over Morton 51-0. West Side 32, West Central 14 at the half. Guys, anything stand out to you with those scores?
Griffith game. That's a big one right there, honestly. They've had a tough couple weeks here, but, jumping all over the number 8 Calumet Warriors, being up 10-7, is really showing the fight that Griffith Panthers really do have over there, and it's nice to see them up.
I did read Griffith hasn't lost to Calumet since 83.
It's been some time.
I believe that was what I
I know in my days we sure didn't, but it's been some time since they have, and looks like they're going to hopefully hold true to that and get another win out tonight.
Another score for me is the Chesterton-Portage game. Chesterton was up only 7-0 on Portage, so it could be a little hangover game from last week. They had a tough game against Valpo, and Portage has been fighting all season, trying to get things right. And they got a tough, being in the tough conference in the Duland, but that score is a little bit of a shocker so far.
Yeah. Especially that high-powered offense over there in Chesterton, too, with big boy quarterback running the show. So that is a nice tight game going on over there.
Right.
You guys can follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strack and Van Til Hometown Scoreboard. It's streaming on Facebook.com/Region Sports, regionsports.com. Strack and Van Til, your local grocer for over 89 years of heritage. Still got about 5 minutes or so at halftime here, and Crown Point marching band on the field. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
So the best part of our transaction was?
I would say closing day. It's very exciting, and it went super easy and fast. And yeah, actually the whole sale went smoothly.
Yes.
And Dave, our real estate agent, was wonderful and helpful in every way, and just walked us through it. And yeah, it was a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a sent to your bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centir branch today or visit us on the web at centir.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centir Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
You always catch the second guy.
Welcome back to game night in the region on regionsports.com. We're also on facebook.com/regionsports, facebook.com/crownpointsports, crownpointsports.com. We're all over the internet tonight, along with Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. I'm Mike Zajac here for the Hose Connections halftime, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connections halftime report, presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. A few minutes here until the second half gets underway. 35-14 is our score. Valpo on top of Crown Point. We had a late score from Valpo there from Vineyard, his third rushing touchdown of the game. He's having a heck of a night.
Yeah, he sure is. And I think we're going to see some more ground and pound. I think Valpo's going to try to control the clock this half and, maybe not so much of the big shots unless Crown Point starts creeping back up. But going to be a lot more Vineyard that's going to continue to keep running the ball and eat that clock up, move the chains, methodical drives, just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Well, again, what I was thinking about before the game, and I was very impressed with how they played in the first half, was next week they have the main event, maybe the game of the year so far with Valpo Maryville. And I was wondering, is Valpo going to be maybe looking forward a little bit, maybe peeking ahead a little bit? And they absolutely have not so far. And Coach Marshall and his staff have done an amazing job of keeping them focused here for tonight, and then worry about next week. But I've been impressed with that so far.
Absolutely. We were talking with Coach Marshall last week, and that was one key thing that he really drove was they focus 1 week at a time. And, even after an impressive win and a big win last week versus Chesterton, they said once they hopped on the bus, it was all about Crown Point Bulldogs. And it really does show that they focused on them all week. They knew what they wanted to come out and run, and they've been executing.
Yep.
Tonight we want to thank Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville, we make it easy. Start of the second half coming up here is Crown Point huddling up in the far side end zone. You're Craig Buzia, what do you do to get these guys going here on the offensive side of the ball, especially?
Yeah, but even in general, as we have a decision, we can call it a night and go away with our tail between our legs, or we can fight for 4 quarters here. What are we going to do? Yeah. And I think how they respond here on both sides of the ball will be indicative of how they will be moving forward next week and the week after. And this is something to build on. You just kind of forget about the scoreboard and play well. That's what you got to work on.
It's about growth.
Yeah.
I can imagine Bazia was in the locker room telling them, speaking on fight, we don't give up. That's not Bulldog football.
Sure.
And we're going to see a tough fight here in the second half, regardless of what that scoreboard may say.
Got a nice crowd on hand here. The Bulldogs crowd has been behind their team all the way. So the Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half.
It's like you mentioned, weather-wise, it's a perfect evening for football.
Yeah.
It's hoodie weather. This is a nice time of the year. And
hoodie and shorts.
Yeah.
For the fans as well. No one likes sitting in the stands when you're roasting.
No, the sun's baking on you.
Those bleachers get real hot.
This is perfect. Perfect night.
We've been at a couple places where they ran out of water, didn't they? The concession stand. The concession stand ran out of water.
It feels good in the press box, too, I'll tell you that, because when the press box gets hot,
yeah, it's a microwave.
Tyler Johnson kicks thing off. It goes out of bounds. So great start here for Crown Point. Going to have good field position.
There's that wind again. You saw the ball, too. It was knuckling in the air, and it really just caught it, brought it back, and kicked it off to the sideline.
That looked like one of my tee shots last weekend, but just kept hooking and hooking. You couldn't get it back. But that's a good start for Crown Point here, and let's see how they respond to what happened here in the first half.
Johnson and Elijah Taiwan will lead things out for the Bulldogs as they're still huddled up. Getting a play from their coaches. A little motivation as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's challenging their line. Don't let the Valpo front push you around. How are we going to handle this?
A lot of seniors and juniors on that offensive line for Crown Point, so they got to be ready to go here. Johnson hands it off to Taiwan right up the middle. They're attacking that middle of the defense and pick up 3.
Again, you got to soften up the gut. Those are body blows in a boxing match. You have to go there, even if you maybe get 1 yard or 2 yard here, but that allows you to set up and pull your linebackers up and hit tight ends over the middle here later on.
Sure does, and a lot of credit to Taiwan there. Those are tough runs, and he's been taking them like a champ all night, and he hasn't been scared. He's been running hard. Yeah.
2nd and 7 for Crown Point from the 42. Johnson rolling to his left, looking. He's going to tuck it in, run across the 40, breaks a couple tackles, and he's smothered down. Hit hard around midfield, but he does pick up the first down.
Well, I like how they move the pocket there. They're getting him outside. You allow him to use his speed, get away from that Valpo size, and he did take a shot there at the end.
He sure did. Something different we're seeing from the first half, right from Crown Point, moving that pocket. May have some success here and seeing more of that here in the second half.
From their own 49. Looks right, throwing left. It's caught, but he's taken down right away. On the catch there was Woodrick.
He did a good job of hanging on to the ball there. He took a couple shots there as well.
He did. He took a nice shot. And again, they went with that wide receiver screen here towards their sideline. And the big boys just unfortunately couldn't get in front of those shifty and fast corners. And again, they came up and made a great play and great tackle here for a loss.
Wykowski on the tackle there for Valpo. 2nd and 11 from the 48-yard line. Man in motion. They fake it to him. Johnson in trouble. Needs to get rid of it. He does. Oh, what a catch. Right at midfield. It was the tight end. He just turned around and caught that ball. He just got a little lucky there.
Yeah, J.J. Johnson, that was a play. I kind of gave up on the play. I was looking at him, and I don't even know how he got rid of the ball, but that's why they're high on him.
Sure.
They're excited about his future and keep the play alive and wait for his receivers to get open, and he could set his feet and finally throw it because he had a couple guys open down the middle.
Yeah. It's Randy Latch on the reception there. 3rd and 7. Johnson fakes it. It's a keeper to the left side. Can he cut the corner? He's tripped up, taken down at the 45-yard line. Taken down by the linebacker, Nathan Kraft. He runs him down. That'll bring up 4th and 4 coming up.
Heck of a foot race right there. But you're seeing they're utilizing the quarterback now. They're utilizing Johnson's feet this half where we didn't see that in the first half. And they're having some success. Again, 4 or 5 yards for them is positive.
Yeah.
Very, very positive for them.
Yeah, again, that's what we mentioned about make Valpo have to defend from sideline to sideline. Allows the softens everything up later on down the road.
4th down here for Crown Point. Johnson looking left. He's got a man. It's caught and moves the chains for the
name and great hands and knows where the sticks are. And like I said before, I think him and J.J. Johnson have practiced that route a few times. You could tell. So that's good execution right there.
It's the corner, Nolan Johnson of Valpo on him. He's had a tough time tonight. This one is given to Taiwan right up the middle. It's a big gain. Picks up about 7 on that one.
Crown Point's establishing a great drive here with really hitting the gut, making them go sideline to sideline, moving that pocket, and they're putting together a nice drive, chewing some clock up, making Valpo defend them.
Yeah, again, we mentioned it at halftime. It's not that Crown Point's playing poorly. It's just how good Valpo's offense is.
Absolutely.
And defense. And Crown Point's really showing some life. They showed in the middle of the second quarter there, they moved the ball pretty well.
Sure did.
So we'll see how they can finish drives here and make Valpo defend here a little bit.
Landon Delich is now on the sideline in some pain as this ball is dropped by Seamus Molaski. So as you see near side, or we can see, it's Delich looking at probably an ankle or foot, so that's going to hurt the offense of Crown Point here.
That was a drop there by Molaski. You got to look it in first. His eyes were upfield. He was starting to turn his head and run before he had it there. One thing at a time for a tight end, but it's 3rd down and manageable.
3rd and 4 from the Valpo 32. Johnson looks left, throwing. It is caught, and a 1st down for Crown Point. That is Bodie Baran. Another catch for him.
A lot of success they've been having with those comeback routes, about 6-7 yards. Put your foot in the ground, turn, and that ball's already thrown there. You could tell, like you've been talking about, Doug, they practice that quite a bit.
Yeah, you could tell that. I was just going to mention that timing play. By the time he turns around, the ball is already in the air. That's a great play.
High snap, but Johnson gives it to Taiwan for a pickup of maybe 1 or 2 on the play. 2nd and long coming.
This is where you can see big body Molaski here up in the center. I mean, a play action, use his big frame, let him box him out. Something you can see here, they've been using it in the second half. That's a big boy, 6'5" in the middle up against 6'5" 5'9" linebackers. There's definitely a disadvantage there for Valpo's D.
Yeah, and they have depth at the tight end position. Number 88, Randy Latch, same way. A lot of size. Oh, he's hopefully getting taped up.
Yeah, that's Landon Delich we're looking at on the sideline, looking at the trainer. It looks like tape's coming out.
Hopefully
2nd and 9. Right. Johnson, and it was caught but knocked out of the hands. That's a nice play there on the coverage for Valpo. It was Ian Wilson.
You can tell Crown Point offense struggling a little bit with Landage on the sideline here. Hopefully he's all right. He's able to get back in there and create that mismatch again.
Yeah, Doc Merrill's doing some work on him. He'll have him back on the field. He's a magician on the sideline.
Yeah, Nolan Johnson, the corner, has had a tough time against Delich. 3rd and 9 from the 22. Johnson in shotgun. He's going to keep it up the middle. Gets to the left side, out to the 15-yard line. He's right around that 1st down marker. I think he's going to be about a yard or a foot short. That brings up 4th and short. Probably less than 1.
I thought that was a great tackle by the Valpo defender right there.
And they keep it real quick. It's Johnson. He picks up the first down, so moving quickly are the Bulldogs.
That's tough to defend, too, as well. You're getting an extra blocker with your running back here now. And Crown Point's starting to exploit that against Valpo there. Lead block with the running back. Let Johnson use his quick speed and kind of just pick your gap and run.
Yeah, again, this is what Coach Mazzia would like to do. He's eating clock, being methodically moving the ball down the field. This is exactly what he's looking for.
And exactly what they needed to as well. Exactly what they needed to do coming out of half.
Taiwan picks up a few there. Already down to about 6 minutes to go here in the third.
Yeah, again, this is Crown Point football. And, unfortunately, they're down 3 touchdowns, but you need a touchdown, and then you get a stop, and then you get another touchdown. But Coach Mazzia is going to do it his way and get one at a time. And, again, if nothing else, it's nothing but preparation for the future. This is a great job by the Bulldogs moving the ball down the field.
Of course. We talked about it at halftime. They're not going to stop fighting. Yeah. They're showing a great fight right now and great offense.
2nd and 9. Johnson will keep it, trying to break a loose. He gets maybe a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, no more. That brings up 3rd down.
Big play here for Crown Point. Again, they have to decide if they don't get it here, you don't need it all right here. Go get half of what you need. Go get 3 or 4 yards. Then you have a decision to make. Do we want to go for it on 4th down, or do we want to kick a field goal?
And they've been pretty successful on 4th down this drive.
Yeah.
I think they've converted at least 2 on this drive.
Right.
So,
and I really like their field goal kicker number 1, Sam Brewer. So, again, just to put points on the board right here is pretty important.
Johnson with all kinds of pressure. They brought the house, it looked like, and he throws one up. Luckily, he wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, that was a 0 blitz there by Valpo. They had no safeties. He did a good job of getting a chance to get the ball out of his hands, but the receiver had not even turned around yet to know where he was at.
That speed from the Valpo D, you saw that there.
Again, that's what you mentioned before about the bend but don't break.
Exactly. And they're in a position here, one more stop, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So it's 4th and 9. Already down to 8 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to waste one. Yeah. Could not get a play in. We'll take a break. It'll be a short one. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region, regionsports.com. On Facebook as well, Region Sports and Crown Point Sports, as well as crownpointsports.com. Mike Zajac here, along with Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. We got 4th down coming up, 4th and 9 for the Bulldogs here. And after the timeout, let's see what Craig Buzia and the offensive coordinator have drawn up here.
It's an interesting looking package offensively here.
Sure is. Little offset power.
Johnson fakes, tosses one, end zone, got a man. It is incomplete. Thought he had him for a second. Looked like the corner. It was Nolan Johnson getting over there real quick to break things up. And it's a turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Johnson was pressured just a little bit, but Molaski was open a couple steps earlier. He was open. When you're that close to the end zone, you don't have your windows shrink a little bit. But Molaski was open. He tried to get him to him just a little bit too late.
So Valpo back on offense from their own 9 to start things off. Same deal here. You just pound it with your guy.
I think so, especially under the 10. You're going to want to pound the ball.
Yeah, little inside handoff here.
And no, it's a reverse to the opposite side there. Down the left side, already near midfield, and taken down around the 45. A big run there for Valpo.
And that shows how explosive they really can be. We've talked about it all in the first half. They can score at any time. Slight little trickery there, and they just took it off for 50 yards.
Yeah, it looked like number 11, Thomas Vo. Again, I'll probably they're keying so much on stopping Vineyard that just about anybody else is going to be open.
1st and 10 from the Crown Point 45. Vineyard breaks away from one, and he picks up about 9, maybe 10, close to that first down marker.
They went hurry up there, too, as well. It doesn't look like they're trying to take their time. I think they want to put another one here in the end zone.
Yeah, again, it's a 3-touchdown game, but we've seen how efficient Crown Point has been as far as moving the football. This game's, not over. Valpo's going to have to, continue to play here for 4 quarters.
2nd and 1 from the 36. Handoff Vineyard, first down again for Valpo. Out past the 30 to the 28-yard line, moves the chains.
Great power run again. Vineyard there. Get the first down. Reset the downs here. Get another 4. See what else we can do here. But I think we're going to stick to the run is my guess here for the rest of this drive.
Sure, they can move the pile 3 or 4 yards every play.
Yeah.
And continue to keep the clock moving and eventually, hopefully for their sake, get on the bus and go home quickly.
3:20 to play here in the third. 35-14 our score. Valpo on top. 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Vineyard, left side, and he's wrestled down around the 25, 26-yard line. Pickup of about 2. 2nd down.
Little sweep left to the short side of the field. Again, a lot of times you're putting things on film for other teams to see, and finding out what you got to work on. So Valpo's going to work on some things here. Of course, they're going to try to win this game, but they're in a pretty good position right now. But they're going to find out what some things they have to work on moving forward and continue to move that clock.
2:35 on the clock here in the third. 2nd and 7 from the 25. And it's a keeper for Lockhart. He's close to that first down marker. I believe just short. It'll bring up 3rd and about 1.
My bet's it's going to be a run play here.
You're betting again.
I'm betting again. I lost the first one. I got to double down and give my money back.
High school gambling. How about that?
Here we go on a Friday night.
3rd and 1 for Lockhart. Be running some clock here. Already down to 10 seconds on the play clock. They do hand it off to Vineyard. He just keeps those legs running and gets the first.
He may look small out there, but he is a very powerful runner. And again, we saw it in the first half. He'll find any type of hole, big or small, and he's going to get through there and make sure he's moving the chains.
Yeah, he did a great job keeping his leg moving. You can see that from up here. He kept his knees pumping and did enough to get the first down there for Valpo.
Vineyard, not a big guy, 5'10", 175. Where do you guys see him in the future in the next level? Is it possible?
If he has the desire to play, is he a D3 guy? Valpo's got a history of having D3 guys that go play at Wabash or someplace like that. And what a beautiful play.
Lockhart toward the end zone. Ricky Hall Jr. with the grab for his 2nd touchdown of the game, and Valpo adds on.
Great play action play there. They were the dive left, and then what they ran is Ricky Hall from the far sideline dragged it across the field and moved that pocket and roll out. It was a beautiful pass here in the end zone.
Yeah, the play action sweep that they had, the fake of the play that they just ran.
Yes.
And he dragged across the field like you mentioned. You couldn't do it much better.
Ricky Hall giving Vineyard his run for his money tonight on some touchdowns.
That's his 2nd of the game. Tony Johnson up and good for the extra point. 42-14 our score. Valpo on top here in the third quarter. 1:21 to play. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, There's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Mike Zajac here with Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. Another score for Valpo, making it 42-14. It's a catch from Ricky Hall Jr., his second of the game. Stay with us after the game as we'll name the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Point gets a nice return out toward the 45-yard line. That's where Johnson and company will set up shop, try and get something going on the offensive side in the second half.
Again, seeing some struggles with Valpo's kickoff coverage there. And, again, a nice run, kickoff return over here by Bulldogs, setting them up for a nice field position. Hey, look, you got to get in the end zone here. You know, you had a great drive that ended short, unfortunately, but this is the time now to continue to keep that fight, continue to say, you know, in this game, getting in the touch or getting in the end zone now is key.
Yeah, I agree, and that kickoff coverage will give something for Coach Marshall to get the kids' attention with tomorrow morning and during the week. But you know, this is a vital drive for Crown Point.
From the 44, Johnson pitches it out. Taiwan trying to cut the corner. He cuts back at the 45, pushes his way out past midfield. The Valpo side of 48. It's a gain of 8. Second down.
Taiwan's been running tough tonight. I mean, he's had some tough carries. They've been running him up the middle, too, as well, and he's been taking some shots. And he's not slowing down, though, at all, by any means.
I thought I saw number 16 for Valpo, Tyler Venture. He did a great job of turning that back in. He didn't let Elijah get outside and get down the perimeter. He did a great job of turning that back to the middle.
Johnson throwing this one deep. His man had a step. It is incomplete. Intended for Raymond Santiago, the junior wideout.
Crown Point's offensive line is picking up them blitzes nicely here and slowing down that defensive front for Valpo that we saw, you know, early in the third, getting some rush and some getting on Johnson there, and they picked that up very nicely there.
3rd and 2 for Crown Point. Johnson directing Taiwan where he wants him to go, and take a timeout. Yes, they are. Crown Point, confusion on the offensive side of the ball here. We'll take one, too. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Mike Zajac along with Doug Ashenbaugh and Doug Nelson. 42-14 our score here in the third quarter. 32 seconds to play here. Coming out of the timeout is Crown Point, and some confusion there. So we'll see what Craig Biazia has set up here.
Yeah, again, this is a big drive. 3rd down, 3rd and short. It's manageable. They've had many 3rd down plays that they've done well on tonight.
They fake it. They're going to lob one up. Got a man. He's got a step, and he dropped it. That was Seamus Molaski. Just dropped it. In his hands, got to come down with that.
Yeah, he's one of those where he was too open, and he hit him in the right spot. He hit him right in the hand. So he'd like to have that one back. Now they got 4th and 2, and see if we can do see what they decided to hear moving forward.
They're hurrying up to the line. Got all kinds of confusion. Guys running in and out. Johnson with the keeper. He's got the first out past the 45-yard line. That'll keep the drive alive for Crown Point. Much needed 4th down conversion.
We've seen a lot of that in their first drive here coming out of the half, and they went back to it finally. They've had a lot of success, and you surely would think they would like to go back to that, right? Get that extra blocker, up the gut. Let Johnson pick a gap and run. He's having a lot of success with it.
Yeah, I saw that that play. They ran that up quite a bit against Lake Central, and it was just like you said. They put more guys on that side of the line. They really overload that side of the line, and it's just nose to nose and blocking a guy and getting 2 yards.
That'll do it for the third quarter here. It's 42-14 our score. Valpo on top of Crown Point. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region Sports Network. We are at the start of the fourth quarter, 42-14 our score. First down for Crown Point. This is Johnson back to pass. Going deep. He's got a couple guys down there, but it's incomplete. Intended for Brandt. Knocked away. Looked like Tyler Verskier knocked that one away. That brings up second down.
He had him deep, too. Unfortunately, again, the pressure from the Valpo defense. Unfortunately, just that ball came up short. He was getting hit as he was throwing, and that's been, kind of the reason why they haven't been able to see those big plays get popped off.
He threw that ball way up high into that wind. That's what just brought it right back.
Yeah, he's gonna sleep well tonight. He's been taking a beating that back there in the backfield.
Johnson on 2nd and 10. Throwing right, and it's incomplete. Kind of hesitated on that throw to Delic, who's back in the game. We do have a flag. No, we do not have a flag. I apologize. Third down.
Crown Point's had good field position, too, all night. They've really been starting at their own 40 and above, and, again, it just good props over to Valpo's defense. We talked about that bend, don't break, that 15.3 average, and, they're standing true to it again, and that's what you see week after week with Valpo's defense.
3rd and 10 from the Valpo 45-yard line. Johnson, play action, throwing, Delic, incomplete. Put it where he wanted to go. Johnson, the cornerback, right on him, 4th down.
Yeah, J.J. Johnson, the quarterback's, again, picking himself up off the ground. The Valpo, the front four, just putting their ears back and going after the guy. So, I don't know if you go for it, 4th down here. It is the Valpo territory, and they've come through a few times on 3rd and 4th down, but, J.J. Johnson's probably going to get rid of it here a little quick. I'm sure he hears footsteps coming.
4th down for Crown Point. Johnson, play action. Stepping up. Lobs one, and a man open over the middle. It is incomplete. It is intended for Randy Locke again. And it's a turnover for the Bulldogs.
Great job by Johnson, though. Putting the ball where only his receivers can catch it, though. He hasn't given up a pick all night. Yeah. Even though we've had some drop passes, by the Bulldogs, he's been doing an amazing job with his decisions and ball placement. That accuracy's been spot on tonight.
Yeah, when you're throwing the ball into the wind or with the wind in a windy day, the ball kind of moves around quite a bit. And, Crown Point has some catches out there that they would like to have back. That,
yes.
So a few off the fingertips.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for Valpo. This is Lockhart looking left. He's throwing deep. He's got a man wide open. Caught for the touchdown, Ricky Hall Jr., his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And they just they saw man coverage. They said Ricky Hall's having one heck of a night, and he showed his speed there. They went one-on-one. They sent him deep, and what an amazing throw right on the button. And Ricky Hall came down with that and scored.
That's what we saw last week. He would just ran around people.
Yeah.
Against Chesterton, who's got a very good defense, but that the Valpo receiver, that's a great connection. And then you got the running back that they have. I mean, who do you stop? Who do you key on? That's going to be a problem for every Valpo opponent moving forward.
Yeah, that offense is electric with so many weapons.
Johnson's extra point is good. 49-14 our score. All Valpo here in this one in the fourth, 11:26 to play. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Toyota of Maryville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Maryville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota of Maryville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region, regionsports.com. Mike Zajac here along with Doug Nelson and Doug Ashenball. 49-14 our score. Valpo is on top. And stay with us after the game. The conclusion of tonight's game will name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Sure, we got a few guys to talk about.
We sure
on
do.
That one.
We sure do.
A lot of scores. On the Valpo side, especially. This one is kicked and in and out of the end zone here. Mayor Uran and Parks Athletics, Communication, and Entertainment Department invites everyone to Bulldog Park to celebrate Oktoberfest Saturday, October 2nd. Join us for the region's premier fall festival.
Do we not have a running clock?
We do not. 49-14, 11-26.
See what Convoy comes out here. Obviously, we've been talking about, you want to get in the end zone here. You may have some younger guys getting in. It's good for them to, get some game experience too as well, and put one in the end zone will only continue to develop them.
Absolutely. And again, this is very important film for Crown Point and Valpo moving forward.
Crown Point bringing out a new quarterback. It's a freshman, Logan Hatt. Freshman quarterback, 6 foot, 170. Getting some reps in here. Got a couple new guys out there as well. Second and 5. There's a handoff up the middle. Nice run there by the young man. Getting a first down across 35 to about the 38-yard line. It's Jason Kostick, the senior running back.
Nice run there. He saw a gap, and he took off. He's got some speed there, too, as well. And, again, it's going to show you, even though that we may have some new players in for the Bulldogs, they're not going to give up as well.
Yeah, they have pride. They've got goals. They're going to continue to compete and try to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
Hatt in shotgun. He'll hand it off again up the middle, and that's stuffed right at the line. Maybe one on the gain. Second down.
There you go. Valpo is going to continue to push, try to control the line of scrimmage, try to move the line of scrimmage back a couple yards and attack and get in there and try to, still reach for the ball and make something happen.
Looks like they finally just took out their starting linebacker there, Nathan Kraft, here on that play. He was the last starting linebacker in there still for him, but it's Valpo defense still, whether you interchange them or not. Anybody on that field is going to make some plays.
There's a handoff. Picking up about 2 more, third down.
Well, this is also the kind of situation why Valpo is competitive year in and year out, is when you get a chance like this, you get younger guys in. You don't leave seniors out there that could be injured that are going to help you down the road this year. But you also get a chance to develop younger guys for beyond this year after the end of the season happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, game experience is nothing like practice. And when these young cats can get in and get that game experience, it just leads to that future development. Yeah.
3rd and 5, looking left, throw, nobody there. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. A little too quick on the trigger there. 4th and 5.
We can do this.
So 8:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. As Crown Point awaits their play from the coach. Hat looking, he throws, it's intercepted. Intercepted down the sideline and taken down at around the 9-yard line.
Jonah Kyle, number 10. Great play on the football right.
It's time to name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to... Calling the wrong one. I apologize. The play of the game. Okay, let's do that later here after this play.
We're good. We have plenty of time, guys.
It's been a while. It's been a few years since I've been getting back into this.
Shaking off the rust.
Yep.
We're good. 3-man crew. Been a while.
First and goal for Valpo here. Hand it right up the middle. It's James, presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Guys, who we got? We got Mr. Vineyard, of course, the touchdown run. Second play of the game goes 80 yards.
Yeah, that was a way to start the game there. You know, the first play of the game, I put my money on it was a run. They went with the pass, and then right after that, they came with the run play. Vineyard took it for 80 yards and really kick-started off Valpo's offense tonight.
He made a statement right there with that play. I'm going to run through you, and I'm going to run past you. And I was very impressed by how he was pulling away at the end.
Yeah.
There's a run to the left side. That's Mick Naurita, senior running back. Getting some reps in here, senior year. Brings up third.
Again, the Bulldogs have some pride too, boys. They want to keep Valpo out of the end zone. I know it's a dueling game. It's a rivalry game. But they're both going to compete in
Let's just go to the next one.
For 4 quarters. And Coach Marshall's a classy guy too. He doesn't want to run Crown up or, run Crown Point up. So he'll run the football and take what happens. But I don't see him throwing the football here.
Yeah, and again, this is great for young guys for the Crown Point. You don't get this kind of experience in practice, right?
Sure.
It's a really good test for them and see how they step up too.
On the option play, they pitch it out. He's right at the goal line. He stopped short. That'll bring up 4th and goal coming up for Valpo. Let's see what Coach wants to do.
Yeah, again, another great test here for the young cats that are in.
Sure. This is nothing but a teachable moment, and it's about toughness and grit right here. Who wants it more?
You guys say go for it, huh?
Well, they'll probably run the play clock down as far as they can.
Bulldogs showing blitz. Run the clock as much down as they can here. They get it to running back, and he is in for another Valpo touchdown. Adding on 55.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, that's fight there. I mean, Crown Point taking them down to 4th down. Valpo offense staying strong, too, with their young guys. And it was just a battle down here, and Valpo came out a little bit.
Yeah, again, when you're behind the Valpo big line, if you can't get a yard or two, you got problems.
Johnson's extra point is good. It's 56-14. It is all Valpo, especially here in the second half. Time to name the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Guys, who we got?
Yeah, we got J.J. Johnson of the Crown Point Bulldogs. I mean, he has been standing, tall, standing true in that pocket, though he's been getting, unfortunately, beaten all night, right? To the point, and he has just been a dog all night.
Well, Johnson has taken a lot of hits back there.
And they're
superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are the insurance superheroes. Doug Nelson, who we got?
I like Ricky Hall. I think we had him for 3 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah.
Boy, he can stretch the defense, can he? Great hands, and he got down the field and made things happen every time he touched it. So tonight, he's my superhero of the game. Valpo's got so many weapons, and tonight was his night. I'm sure Vineyard will have many more, and he's had many this season. And again, not to say he didn't have a great night. He had maybe 250, 300 yards on his own, but I like Ricky Hall tonight. And he deserves a little pub.
Yeah, it's one thing to be able to run and get open. It's another to come down with a ball that's been traveling 50 yards in the air, and he did a tremendous job and showed some great hands and speed tonight.
Yep.
4:32 to play in this one. It's Valpo 56-14. Some of us here want to run and clock up here. Maybe it's not coming.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's not running, but that's okay, and gives these guys a chance to play and get on the field and get some lumps here tonight.
Yeah, great experience. Great experience for the young guys tonight.
Don't forget, after the game, stay with Region Sports as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. Nathan Laird, Michael Byer will be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the region.
Well, this sets up, boys. This sets up the heavyweight fight, Maryville-Valpo next week.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one there.
They both put themselves in position where that game is the Doolin Conference.
Yep.
You're playing for region superiority. Some people, we kind of thought it was coming. We kind of had them up there in the top 2 or 3 all year, and but both teams have put themselves in an opportunity, in position where that's going to be the game next week.
Yeah.
So far, the game of the year.
Yeah. Both of them, both big boys, both got speed. It's going to be a fight next week for sure.
A slobber knocker. I know we had Hobart and Andrean tonight, and that was the game of the year for that conference and Northwest Crossroads, and next week will be the big game for the Doolin. So it's going to be an exciting night.
Very exciting.
Just under 3 minutes to play. We want to thank Toyota of Maryville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Maryville. Toyota of Maryville, we make it easy. 2nd and 10 from their own 33, 2:40 to play. It's another handoff the middle. Going nowhere, but they're fighting. Crown Point still scratching for every yard.
They're going to keep fighting until that, 000 on that scoreboard. Again, it's for both, sides of the ball. They both breed, fight. They both breed the next man up, and that's exactly where they get it from here is this game experience that they see. They're going up against it. They've been playing the majority of the fourth quarter here, which is some great game time for the young guys on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, and Valpo's defense to go along with that has been very impressive. Yep. They've not given up a second half point. One of their one of the touchdowns was a kickoff return.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense has only given up one touchdown tonight, and that's pretty impressive in high school football.
Yeah, we talked about that defense earlier. Again, that average, right? 15 points a game. Again, another game, another week where they're holding true to that average.
Yeah, they were also ranked in the top 50 of the margin of victory.
Yeah,
for Valpo, and again, that's impressive because again, Coach Marshall's not the type of person that's going to try to run people up. There's some programs that take pride in their great defense and being efficient, and they have like we talked about before. They have so many weapons. They're going to be a tough out in the postseason tournament.
They sure are.
Crown Point on 4th down, and they're going to be stuffed. And another turnover. Just the offense could not get anything going here in the second half.
Right.
For Crown Point. And under a minute, it's a running clock here. 56-14 our score.
Yeah, Valpo will come out probably take a knee. Yeah. But they are Valpo's in 5A, Crown Point's in 6A. They both have a chance to move on, and at this point they're staying healthy, and Valpo again has got something to play for next week in the Doolin Athletic Conference Championship. So that's a good run by Coach Marshall and his staff.
Very, very good run. And again, like you said, staying healthy in these games, and there's a long road ahead of both these teams. Both these teams have shown, once they reach that postseason, they hit another level. And it's exciting to watch both teams play in the postseason. So they got a long road ahead of them. Doesn't matter what this scoreboard said tonight. Both these teams are very good teams, and it's going to be exciting watching them the rest of the way.
Yeah, they're both trending up.
Yes.
Crown Point doesn't like the result tonight, but Valpo does this to a lot of people.
Yeah,
and they're doing nothing but getting better and learning, and they're doing against a Valpo team that had 21 seniors starting. So
56-14 is the final score here. Valpo over Crown Point. This broadcast is a production of Region Sports Network. Any other use, duplication, reproduction, or retransmission of the accounts and descriptions of this contest without the express written consent of Region Sports Network is prohibited. I want to mention folks over at Region Sports Network who make this all possible. Executive producer Chris Ramirez, coordinating producer Nathan Laird. Broadcast crew is myself, Mike Zajac, Doug Ashenbaugh, Doug Nelson. Game producer on hand, our guy Nate Ramian, Ken Siegfried on the camera. Special thanks to Crown Point Athletic Director Bill Darula, the coaches Craig Buzia of Crown Point, Bill Marshall of Valparaiso. All you viewers on Facebook.com/Region Sports and /Crown Point Sports, RegionSports.com, CrownPointSports.com as well. Thanks for tuning in tonight. 56-14, our final score, and we will send it back to the Centier Bank studio. Nathan Laird and Mike Byer will be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the region. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.